determine the area of circles, we're going to apply what we know about determining the area of a circle to find a piece of our missing formula. Let's take a look at our problem. This problem says a circle has an area of approximately 50 and 2400 square inches. What is an approximate measurement of the radius of the circle in inches? So thinking to myself, what is it that I need to find? So looking back at the question, they said, what is an approximate measurement of the radius? So I'm looking for my radius. So I'm looking for what r is equal to. They also gave me some information in the problem that I already know. They've told me that the area of the circle that we're looking at is 50 and 2400 square inches. So what does that mean? We've got this circle that has a full area of 50 and 2400 square inches. So we're looking at two variables, area, which I know, and r, the radius, which I don't know. So I'm probably going to need to use one of my formulas. So let's take a look at my formula chart. And we're talking area, so area is equal to pi r squared. So what is it that I know? I know that my area, my A, is equal to 50 and 2400. So I'm going to substitute the values that I know into the equation for an area. So we're actually creating an equation using my area formula. So 50 and 2400 is equal to, and we usually use 3 and 1400 for pi. And the radius is what I'm looking for. So I still have my r squared. So I see that I have a variable that I need to find the value for. And I can do that by using inverse operations to solve for this r. So 3 and 1400 is times r squared. So to get r squared by itself, I can divide by 3 and 1400. And if I'm going to keep it fair, to be able to keep this equation in balance, I've got to divide the other side by 3 and 1400 as well. On the right side, it's real easy because 3 and 1400 divided by 3 and 1400 gives me 1. So I'm left with just this 1r squared. But because it's 1, I don't have to write it. Over on the left side, I don't know what that is. So I'm going to have to come over to the side and do some calculations. So r squared is equal to 16. But I'm not finished because I really need to know what just the radius is, not the radius squared. So if you remember from 6th grade, radius squared, when it's something squared, that's like saying r times r. So we've got to think to ourselves, what number times itself will give me 16? Well, I know that 5 times 5, that's too big. So let me try 4 times 4. I remember that 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So that means that r is equal to 4. And so we have found the radius, and that's an approximation.